Tonight we're going in depth on Bitcoin. We are the only Tulsa station bringing you news in this rapidly changing financial sector. The state of Oklahoma could soon be allowed to invest in cryptocurrency, especially Bitcoin, and have its own stockpile. A bill allowing the state to have Bitcoin cleared its first legislative hurdle on Tuesday, but opponents did have concerns of their own. The state of Oklahoma could soon have its own stockpile of the digital cryptocurrency Bitcoin.
House Bill 1203 will allow our state to invest in Bitcoin, which is the best performing asset of the last decade.
House Bill 1203 by Durant Republican Cody Maynard allows for the state treasurer's office and state financial managers to invest in Bitcoin, both when it comes to state savings accounts and pension funds. There is a cap on how much the state can spend on Bitcoin and Bitcoin exchange traded funds, or ETFs, making it impossible for the state to throw every dollar it has into crypto and gamble with it.
This does not require an investment. It merely allows it at the discretion of our fund managers and makes sure that they cannot allocate more than 10%.
Oklahoma is one of 5 states currently looking to possess and do business with Bitcoin, while the Trump administration looks to write new regulations and allow for Americans to use it as an alternative form of money to the U.S. dollar.
If they are investing 10% and we're not seeing the return that we need or we believe that we should be getting, or maybe we're losing, do we have safeguards as a legislature to pull that back?
Democrats in committee who voted against the bill are concerned that Bitcoin's value is too volatile and all over the place, sometimes gaining and losing thousands of dollars in value in just a matter of days or even hours. They worry the state and its fund managers will invest in something and then its value will tank, leading to a loss to taxpayers and people on state retirement plans.
I know Bitcoin is performing well now, but if you did like a 5-year look back, it's still pretty volatile instrument, yes?
Maynard says don't look at the short-term chart, but long-term growth in value to see that Bitcoin is a real asset with real value, and it's predicted to grow more.
Where we are at today is Bitcoin is a $2 trillion asset. To give you a gauge, that is worth more than the silver in the world.
The bill has a long way to go, but there's going to be a lot of new cryptocurrency policy put in place over the next 4 years, and some state lawmakers are worried Oklahoma could be left behind if they don't act now. President Donald Trump has vowed to be the most crypto-friendly president in American history. He signed an executive order shortly after taking office, and even on the campaign trail, Trump went to crypto bars and conventions, promising a new age for all coins, not just Bitcoin.
If crypto is going to define the future, I want to be mined, minted, and made in the USA. It's going to be. It's not going to be made anywhere else. And if Bitcoin is going to the moon, as we say, it's going to the moon, I want America to be the nation that leads the way, and that's what's going to happen.
Trump's executive order when he first took office supports using U.S. dollars to back stable coins. That means multiple cryptocurrencies, protecting mining and access to banking systems, providing regulatory clarity for cryptocurrency users, and prohibiting central banks from making their own digital currencies. However, Americans may not buy Venezuela's new cryptocurrency. Newly appointed and confirmed Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent supports new crypto policy on the federal level. Bessent says he doesn't believe the federal government should set up its own digital currency to compete with Bitcoin like the Biden administration was planning to do. Instead, he believes policy should be made for the coins that are already out there. Bessent himself has said he is pro-crypto, but in order to take the job as Treasury Secretary, he said he would divest in all of his crypto holdings for ethics reasons once he was confirmed. We are still awaiting the confirmation hearing for President Trump's nominee to be the new Securities and Exchange Chairman. That is the agency that will monitor crypto trading. Paul Atkins is no stranger to the SEC. He was a commissioner from 2002 to 2008, and he supports Trump's desires to make the U.S. the crypto capital of the world and even set up a strategic reserve of Bitcoin within the federal government. Atkins was part of Trump's economic team during his first term. What he reveals could heavily sway the price one way or the other when it comes to Bitcoin in the U.S. Here is what he said the SEC should do with crypto.
The SEC ultimately, I feel strongly, is not and should not be a merit regulator, and so its basic goal should be to figure out how should we bring order to this particular marketplace, because people will buy them. They'll buy them either here or they'll buy them overseas, and the better standard, I think, is to have some sort of a market where people can do so safely.
The price of Bitcoin was all over the place today. At one point, Bitcoin was worth $95,000, and now it's back to more than $97,500 for just one Bitcoin. Inflation data being worse than expected caused it to fall. But the price climbed, according to some investor groups, because people were trying to buy the dip in the price. As always, when we go in depth on Bitcoin, the views and opinions expressed are not meant to be sole source financial advice, but it's to foster an understanding of what's going on financially in the world around us. Investing may bring gains, but it may also bring heavy losses, including the possibility of loss of the entire initial investment. Please consider consulting a personal financial advisor and make investment moves that are right for you and your situation before you act.